Welcome to Action Coaching. We're certainly blessed of the Lord that you join us on today because we feel that God has a coaching word just for you. Now, the purpose of Action Coaching is to make sure that we give you some nuggets, so to speak, that you can use along your journey in life, the vision and the dream that you have and the things that you desire in life. We're just going to give you some tips on how to navigate certain instances in life and help you to develop into the person that you desire to be based on the gifts that God has placed in your life. Everybody needs a coach. Everybody, some people call it a mentor, a guide, whatever. These are people that have been where you are going and just can give you the tips along the way to help you navigate your personal situation. Now, none of our situation is the same. All of us got our pre-prescribed destiny and the path that God has set us on. But however, getting there sometime can be the same, or we can relate to the different things that you're going through. So this is why Action Coaching is so important. I want to encourage those of you that are watching on YouTube, hit subscribe. Let us know. Encourage your friends to hit subscribe so that they too can be a part. You'll know that you definitely enjoy Action Coaching on today. Now today I want to talk about patience. That's a word that none of us like to hear, but it is necessary if you're going to be successful in life. A lot of people think that they can try something maybe 2 or 3 days, and if they don't reach this high, elaborate goal, then they feel like it's a failure. I don't have time to deal with it. It's just taking too long. And somebody come along and say, you only been trying 3 days. It's because people have no patience. If you're driving around in the city traffic, I'm here in Atlanta. Some of you might view this somewhere else. But wherever you are, you know there's traffic in the city that you're in. And isn't it amazing? We can all be stuck in standstill traffic. And someone is just behind us blowing their horn, getting angry, throw up their hands like, I just can't afford to wait in this standstill traffic, and I almost want to blame it to somebody else, and none of us are moving. None of us are progressing any further. Sometimes there are situations in life, it just takes patience. And one key to being successful is you got to learn by being patient. Patience defines certain things. Patience is working out a greater goal for you and I. Because if it weren't for patience, then we would not be able to achieve the final product that we desire. Those of us that have had kids, and when I say had kids, of course, you know that having kids is a whole different process. You can go to the doctor, and the doctor tell you that perhaps you're gonna have a boy or a girl. And you get all excited. Everybody excited. I'm excited, wife excited, you excited, your husband or wife is excited, everybody excited. But the thing about it is, after the doctor tell you that, and there's going to be 9 months before the baby comes. And I'm here to tell you, during that 9-month journey, there are a lot of things that you're going to have patience for. 1 minute it looked like my wife was the same person. Nothing had changed. And we went some days like that. And like, well, nothing has changed. And then, it's as if we woke up one morning, and I'm not saying it happened like overnight, but I'm just saying all of a sudden, the baby began to grow within her stomach. And the baby began to get bigger as she began to get bigger because she was carrying the baby. And then we go back to the doctor and we can see that the baby moves sometime, put his foot up against her stomach and you see the imprint. All these things are exciting, but the birthing process takes time. And it takes patience. What am I saying? That any great and wonderful thing in your life that you are going to experience is going to take patience. I remember when I was in the ministry 13 years at that particular point, and some of the amazing things that God had done for us. A lady came to the church, and at that particular time, we had a separate room where, we shake the hands of the visitors and meet and greet the people. And I'll never forget, she came up to me and said, at that time, Pastor Jackson, looked like you came up overnight. Now I understand what she meant. When she said overnight, she meant like, it was super fast. Nobody seen you coming. But in my mind, I smiled and I told her, I said, well, if 13 years is overnight, I don't ever want to go to sleep like that again. In other words, what I was saying is, it took a lot of patience and a lot of perseverance to evolve into the state where I am tonight or today. We're living in a society where everybody is in a hurry, that they don't have seemingly patience for nothing. If they drive up to the drive-through window and they have to wait 10 or 15 minutes for their order, they just get frustrated. They don't have any patience. They don't have any patience. Anything that they're dealing with, they don't want to wait at all. If you go in a restaurant that's crowded and they got a line, and then the lack of patience, well, I ain't waiting in no line. I don't have no time for this. Well, it might suit you to come a little earlier before everybody got in now, but the issue is there is no patience. Seemingly now, elderly people don't have any patience. In between, the elderly and the young don't have any patience, and the young don't have any patience. You see the young want to grow up overnight. They don't even want to wait to grow up. They just want to go now because they lack patience. Now the Bible says in the book of James, it said, let patience have its perfect work. Meaning that some of the things you're going through and you got to wait on are good for your development. Nobody becomes a successful anything overnight. It's hours and hours and days and days and weeks and months of being patient and doing the same routine every single day. Now, I know a lot of people think that it just happened instantly, but it didn't happen like that. You have to be patient because patience helps you to understand that the small steps that you are taking is important for you to take greater steps. My grandson now is walking. Oh, what an exciting time that is. Now he's walking, he's taking a step at a time. He ain't moving fast, but he's walking, and then he holds his hands up and he's walking. Now I like to call that the patience stage. He's not able to run, but he's walking. And a lot of people in life want to skip the walking stage and they want to start out running right away. But as he began to practice walking, learning to walk, learning to climb steps, learning to do various things, but it's going to be it's going to be a process that takes patience. So eventually, if he learned the little small things, then the day will come where he running up the steps, or running down the street, or running around the yard, or whatever. But it didn't just happen instantly. It took some time. What I'm saying is God wants to do a lot of great things for us, but it's going to take patience. You know, as they say on the street, you're going to have to slow your roll. You're going to have to take a chill pill, because everything great is going to take time. Now, I don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you. I left off talking about how everything is going to take time. And patience is going to be your best friend. I know it don't seem like patience is your best friend, but patience is your best friend, because it helps to work out those little things that you got to learn to master in order to do big things. Because what if it wasn't people that took time to make sure every bolt is screwed in right, say on an automobile, or every part of the engine is done right for the car. The paint is done right. The seats are put in right. The seat belts are right. The gadgets that's supposed to work, tell you the speed, air condition, all these various things are not right. Imagine how tragic it'd be when you're going down the road 60, 70 miles an hour and those little things weren't in place. And the fact that they're in place, you're excited about how your car performed. But somebody had to take the meticulous time to make sure all of those parts came together. So what I'm saying is patience is a blessing. I know sometimes it feels like a burden, but it's a blessing. Because in our mind, when we think we're ready for something just because we think we're ready for it, we don't have no idea how complicated it's going to be when we get there. Haven't you seen people in life, all of them are striving for a certain person's position? God knows, I understand that. There are plenty of people that feel like after about 4 or 5 months, they pastor better than me. And, you know, they may have all the knowledge and all of the skill and all of the things, not envious of that. But what they don't understand is this is not something that's going to come instantly. It's going to be a process that you have to walk through. And all of the adversities, all of the weight of anything that's on you, you're going to have to be patient enough to learn how to handle that. Patience matures. Patience helps us understand that we just ain't going to jump to the big steps. We got to be patient enough to go through all of the things we need to handle the big step when we get there. But most people just want to jump to the big step. Patience will not allow you to do that, because patience is about maturing. It's about understanding that you got to have time enough to do things consistently right if you want to get the expected results. How many of us know a lot of times that maybe we got to be to work at 8:30? But it has made a lot of people want to get up at 8 o'clock and got to get to a job at 8:30, and maybe the job is 20 minutes away. But they ain't factored in, what if it's traffic? What if the bus don't come on time? What if something happens? They don't have patience enough to make sure those things are in position. So they're just running out, going, and they get more frustrated because now time is against them, and they just hurry, hurry, hurry. And a lot of you know when you have hurried up and done things in your life, they come back to bite you for a long time. And that's in every area, whether it's business, whether it's a relationship, whether it's your kids, your relatives, whatever. Sometimes when you do things in a hurry-up way, it don't turn out the way that it should. But however, having patience will help you develop, have the stability to stand and do the work till it's done. And I ain't talking about the big work. I'm talking about the small work. When you see people that can sing and are perfectionists on certain instruments, and you sitting there and you seeing it and you enjoying it, but you have no idea how much patience they had to have behind the scene to practice every note right, to learn the things that they need to do to evolve and develop into this particular skill. Those people understand patience. Anybody that's doing anything great on the outside understand patience. Because if that person don't understand patience, you're not going to get a good product out of it. I'm glad that when I'm going on a plane, the airline pilots got to go through certain classes, certain training, certain schools, certain things to qualify to be the pilot. Because I would hate for a pilot to be flying that done Google flying off of Google and all of a sudden jump in a plane and say they're going to fly us to wherever. Oh, no. I want those people that have been patient, they got experience, that have did the first flying first, and then they moved up the ladder till they were ready and able to pilot a jet. And so it is in life. If you're going to succeed at a high level at anything, most of the time it's the people that have been meticulous about learning the things that they got to learn, and that calls for patience. I have not seen so many people in my life who don't have any time for anything. They're just in a hurry. If something don't happen instantly, they're not going to stick to it because they don't have any patience. They want to be rich at the snap of a finger. They want to be ultra successful when they wake up in the morning. Unfortunately, it does not happen like that. So we have to understand that being patient is a blessing. Patience helps you prepare for when your time comes, and your time will come. Everybody got a moment in their life, but the answer is, are you ready for that moment? And you can't get ready in the moment. You got to be ready before the moment. You got to do the same habits that build you up so you're prepared for when your moment will come. That's what learning patience will do. Patience ain't a given skill, it's a learned skill. It's something that you have to learn. When I first started the ministry, there was nobody a part of the ministry. First thing I do, I had to go downtown every day, tell people about the word in action. Not like they just instantly jumped up and told me, oh, that's amazing. Y'all understood what it was to be talked about a certain way, told to get off the corner a certain way. All of these things were happening. But I was determined that I was going to show up every day and do the same thing. No matter how long it took, they could count on me being down there every single day. Eventually, through time, few people start listening to me, start inquiring about the word in action. And their patience helped me to even become better, because the more I had to explain it, the more I began to even learn about it. And it was exciting and it was fun. And so I was going downtown, you know, I didn't have no ministry, no church or nothing, I just had a vision. Then eventually I mustered up enough money to get a building. And I'm gonna tell you something, when I got the little storefront shopping center, I thought surely a whole bunch of people will rush in there. I cannot tell you how many times I was in there by myself. But here's what patience did for me. Even though I was by myself, I prepared my sermon like the building was full. I prepared the service like the building was full. I wrote down how I was going to operate even though nobody was there. That took time, that took patience, and that took some perseverance. So when people began to come, I was already ready to do those things that patience had taught me. So I want to encourage you on today, let patience have your perfect work. Don't want you to go anywhere. I'll be right back to talk to you.
Tap somebody and say, I'm made for miracles. You know why God allowed things to happen to you? He want to teach you that there are about 5 people got it. He want to teach you that there are. So whatever the devil knock you back with, God said now's the time to show him that he can't keep me there. Y'all ain't talking. Now is the time to let the devil know greater is he that is in me than he that is in the world.
Welcome back to Action Coaching. I certainly hope you enjoyed our teaching on patience today. The fact that I was talking about patience, probably a lot of people didn't even have enough patience to stay through for the whole teaching. But however, what part of it you got, I thank God for it. And I want you to know that patience is a perfect work that will bless you throughout your life. It's not going to make you miss anything. It's going to make you be in a position where you can enjoy it to its maximum. Because if it took you a long time to get somewhere, you're not going to squander it away so easy, because you're going to have in your mind, it took me a long time to get here, and I'm going to enjoy every moment of it. So I certainly want to encourage you, let patience have its perfect work. This time I want to encourage you to sit down and sow a generous seed faith offering for the support of Action Coaching. Action Coaching wants to get bigger and better and do even greater things for the Lord. And through your financial support, we are able to do that. I want to encourage you to sow a seed on today, a seed of $50, $100, $200, whatever the Lord is leading you to sow. Sow it into Action Coaching so we can continue to do great things for so many people. Then there's a link in my bio that will give you a host of ways to give unto Action Coaching. And certainly, I want to thank God for those of you that continue to support Action Coaching. We want to hear from you. Go to that link, sow that seed now, and watch God do some amazing things in your life because you believe in the work of God. Same way you sow into somebody else's vision, God will bless them to sow to your vision. I want to say I thank God for everybody that came to the Action Impact Weekend. It was awesome. God moved by His power. So many people were blessed, encouraged. We prepared things for the youth for their back to school, and it was just tremendous. And we could not have done it without you. And I want to send out my personal thanks from me as pastor of Word in Action Ministry and all of the tremendous members that we have that help all of these dreams come to pass. We want you to know we thank God for you, and we thank God for how God moved during that time. Well, the Lord bless you. I've certainly enjoyed talking to you. And as I do each and every week, I want to encourage you. Share the word with a friend and keep the word in action.